Hey, in this video, I'm going to break down the exact system and settings that gets me and my clients leads at less than $5 per lead, and how that turns into a system that consistently brings inbound leads on repeat. I'll break that all down for you here, so let's get into it. So how do we pull this off? There was an update called Andromeda over on Facebook. So take everything you used to know about meta ads that someone taught you online or that you learned yourself, take it and throw it away. It is old knowledge. It is a totally different game. And we're going to go over exactly how you have to build this up from generating your offer to placing the creatives in someone's feed. So first up, you're going to pull up your ChatGPT on your phone or computer and tell it to create an irresistible offer for my meta ad. My target audience is online coaches or B2C customers like homeowners and consultants. If it's a different offer, you put that in, whether it's home services or something else. All right, so the headline should look like this, whether it's saying 10 clients guaranteed or your offer that you craft out with the subheadline, body, and very important here is the risk-free offer. So for this example, sign up for today. And if we don't deliver you 10 clients, you don't owe us a penny. No hidden fees, no long-term contracts. So this is a risk reversal, and there's no worry for the prospect because if we don't deliver, we get you 10 clients, or if we don't get your roof done in 10 days, you don't pay, or whatever your risk-free offer is to mitigate the risk on their end. And also the call to action down at the bottom so they actually click on the ad, of course. And book your free consultation now and let's start filling your calendar with clients. Spots are limited, don't miss out. So I heard this airplane analogy, and this is really good for crafting an offer because I talked to a bunch of people and their offers are literally get a free quote or Asian men come use our weight loss program. And that's not how you want to target it. So what they think they want is actually a lot different from what they actually want. So thinking of the airplane analogy here. So let's say we're over in Florida and we want to get all the way to Hawaii. Let's use this offer, like come get a free quote. That gets them part of the way where they want to be, but it doesn't get them to the end. They want their roof done. They want their leak stopped or the hail damage gone, and they want that new roof, right? So come get a free quote is going to get them maybe to like Louisiana. It's not going to get them all the way to Hawaii. You have to sell them the end result, not the process. Because the snacks on the airplane or what seat you're in doesn't really matter as long as you're getting to the destination. All right, so now that we have our offer built out, it's time to put that in and build our creatives. So we should be making either 40 or 50 creatives. So take your offer we just made and then tell it make a 1080 by 1080 ad creative using my offer of roofing repair offer, storm damage offer, etc., whatever you're targeting at the moment, what your company prioritizes, and then call it your ICP, which is your ideal client profile. And then add a learn more box at the bottom and make it super roofing themed, but simple as well. This is the most important part is making it themed to what you're selling. So if it's roofing themed, you can do like a truck, like your company truck even, or a roof with someone working on it, a tape measure, a hammer, just something construction-y themed or roofing themed that makes it feel like it fits because that shows Meta this is what we're doing right here, so it'll allow it to send it to the right people. Getting over to what the creatives should look like, it should look like something like this. Otherwise, if you're targeting like Christian people or something, do something like this, or just make sure every single creative is a little bit different. Notice how every single one of these creatives is different. It allows Meta to bounce around and pick, this is the golden creative. If every single one of your creatives are the same, it's not going to give Meta the room to work like it should. So for the new Andromeda update, remember, we got to take what we learned and throw it away. Because for the old Andromeda, you would have the broad targeting Advantage Plus off, and the old Advantage Plus just couldn't target well. So you would be telling Advantage Plus, this is where you're going, and the results were better with more control, telling it this is where you need to go. So say Billy fills out a form and Meta will target Billy. It'll get you a million different Billies that are exactly the same. And maybe Billy wasn't a good lead. So you have to turn off the whole campaign and find a new planet with 10 million people again with the more expensive cost per lead. All right, so for the new Andromeda update, we're going to turn on the broad targeting with Advantage Plus. So this will allow Meta to find the right pocket and bounce around. Okay, where's the right spot? And it'll do this based on your creative. So it'll find your planet like this one right here with 2 million people and a $3 cost per lead. And it'll find this literally right off the bat just because your creative is dialed in so Meta can do all of the work for you. Now that we have all of the ad creatives and everything put together, we can actually create a campaign. So go inside of Meta, start a campaign, and make 5 different ad sets inside of this campaign. You have to follow this step by step, otherwise it'll mess everything up. So inside of each pain point or ad set, you'll have 8 to 10 unique creatives. Pain point 1, 8 to 10. Pain point 2, 8 to 10. Pain point 3, 8 to 10. And do 50 creatives in this whole thing. And make sure they are unique creatives, every single one. So I talk to a lot of people and they're like, I just want qualified leads. And then they complain, oh, my leads, they're too expensive. So the difference here is if you've ever gone fishing, you're casting the fishing pole, right? And you're reeling it in. Oh, this is the fish I want. Okay, no, it's not. Toss it back in. Cast your rod, reel it back in. Check, is this the fish I want? Or is it faster tossing out a giant net, pulling that net back in with a bunch of fish in it and sorting through all of these fish, right? It's going to be the net. The net is going to be faster. So we're not going to add filtering or qualifying questions like fishing rod to begin with. So what we're going to do is let the setter qualify, or if it's a direct booking, let them qualify themselves right there. And we need this lead form to be as frictionless as possible. Literally, you just need their full name, email, phone number, and the setter will manually filter through everything else. So the more questions you add onto this, the more friction and the more likely they're just going to click off your ad and go back to doom scrolling on their phone. So only full name, email, and phone number. You don't need anything else. So the goal here isn't to get the most qualified leads. The goal is to get 100 people through the doors, and out of that you get 10 appointments through setters or direct bookings and close at least 2 to 10, like worst case scenario here. So the result of this is it drives down your cost per lead because you're not manually fishing for these leads. It's more work, it's more qualifying for the leads. So in return, your cost per lead is going to be way lower and allow you to actually find more people. Because if you're qualifying so much, you're going to be missing a lot of actually good leads. So the ability to manually sort things puts the lead quality in your hands rather than blaming, oh, the ads aren't working or the leads just aren't good. It puts it into your hands and you have more control over everything. So just like this right here, besides having a bunch of filters, literally the only filter is your setter. It's a human filter, not a random AI filter. It is you. All right, so here's exactly the ad structure and settings you need to do this to copy these exactly. You need to make sure you're copying every single one of these settings, all right? So first of all, we need to be targeting leads, not sales, app promotion, engagement, traffic. Make sure you're targeting the leads, and as well as make sure it's the right Facebook page, of course. And the old, as I mentioned with the Andromeda, you would have the A plus off, Advantage plus, but now you want Advantage plus on and almost all the settings on to allow Meta to do the work to find the right pocket, as we mentioned earlier. So dynamic creative, super important, and it'll allow Meta to combine certain things to target the correct people. So it'll show the right thing to the right person, because Meta knows better than we do about who exactly we should target. They have years worth of information and algorithm building. All right. So this is where we add the ad creative. You're going to do 8 to 10 of your ad creatives right here. Select images, you upload the 10 into Facebook, click all 10 and optimize each creative for every single person. And then you're going to do that 5 times, as I mentioned, inside of one ad campaign. So for the locations, like let's say you had a storm a few miles away, you can target that city or in 10 to 30 miles of your zip code or however far you work, whether that's 50 miles, 100 miles, 20 miles, 5 miles of the city you're in, the city you want to do work. And if you're targeting all the way across the US, just leave it on the US and then leave this completely empty. Do not tell Meta where to go. Just let it find it. It will find you the homeowners. Don't worry about, oh, will they actually find the right person? Your ad creative is going to be doing all of the work. So as long as you have a good ad creative, it'll put it to the right audience. And make sure the Advantage Plus is on again in the placements, excluded placements, none, and partnership ad, leave this one off. And also for the ad setup, super important here, the single image or video as we set up over here. And the multi-advertiser ads will allow it to appear with the different ads because you did the 10 creatives, right? And it'll put maybe 3 of them together. Your ad creative might be changed in size. So when you're doing these ad creatives, this is really, really like you need to make sure these are dialed in on your ad creatives. You can't have your text up in the top corners or on the sides. So say my picture right here, this is the ad 1-to-1 square. All right. So you need your words in the square about right here rather than over on the corners because it could crop out the corners and then it will not show up on Facebook, or part of the words are cropped and it just looks unprofessional. You're going to be burning ad spend because it's not showing up right. So make sure it's showing up within like the safe space on the corner of the screen. Otherwise, it's going to get cropped out and you're just going to burn money. Also, if you guys have any questions, just leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you and help you out there on that. And also, if you want to learn how our dead lead reactivation system works on the back end, this video right here will help you guide you step by step, just like this video.